In a country where political tides shift quickly and public attention often moves with the noise of rallies and power struggles, Ida Betty Odinga stands as a quiet constant, a figure of strength, intellect, and unwavering resolve. She is often known as the wife of one of Kenya's most prominent political figures, Raila Odinga, but to reduce her to that will be to overlook a life lived with purpose, pain, and pioneering courage. Over the past 5 decades, Ida Odinga has shaped the lives of many, not through fiery political speeches or dramatic headlines, but through classroom chalk, boardroom strategy, public health activism, and a calm dignity that has inspired generations of women and men alike. Her story is not just one of political compassion, but of independent contribution, resilience under repression, and relentless advocacy for justice, equality, and education. Born on August 24, 1950 in Stella Village, located in present-day Migori County, Ida Betty Anyango grew up in a rural Christian Luo family that instilled in her a deep appreciation for faith, discipline, and learning. Her father, a devout Presbyterian and civil servant, emphasized the importance of education at a time when it was still rare for girls, particularly in rural areas, to pursue formal schooling. Her academic journey began at Ogande Girls, one of the few institutions that offered education to African girls during colonial and early post-colonial Kenya. It was here that she demonstrated academic brilliance and leadership potential. She later joined Moi Girls High School Eldoret before being admitted to the University of Nairobi, where she pursued a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science and Literature, an exceptional achievement for a woman from her background in the early 70s. It was at the University of Nairobi where she met Raila Amolo Odinga, a promising engineering lecturer with revolutionary ideals. Their meeting sparked not only a lifelong partnership, but also introduced her into the world of political turbulence and national transformation. Ida and Raila married in 1973, at a time when Kenya was under the autocratic rule of President Jomo Kenyatta and political dissent was tightly suppressed. In the years that followed, the Odinga family would be tested in ways few families could endure. In 1982, following the failed coup against President Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, Raila Odinga was detained without trial for alleged involvement. His imprisonment, which will stretch to nearly 6 years, thrust Ida into an unrelenting storm. She was left to raise 4 young children: Fidel, who is now deceased, Rosemary, Raila Odinga Jr., and Winnie, while dealing with constant police surveillance, threats, economic hardship, and political stigmatization. She was summarily dismissed from her job as a teacher at the Kenya High School, one of Nairobi's top national institutions, because of her husband's political stance. Despite the circumstances, she refused to live in fear. Ida kept her children grounded and educated, even as security agents camped outside her home. Her resilience during this era in the 80s and 90s solidified her reputation as a quiet revolutionary, a woman who carried the weight of political repression with grace. While Raila's name became synonymous with opposition politics and national reform, Ida began crafting her own independent legacy. After her husband's release and the dawn of multi-party democracy in Kenya, she returned to public life, not as a mere political spouse, but as an activist, educator, and a business leader. In 2003, she became the managing director of the East African Spectra, a company started by her father-in-law Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, which specialized in the manufacture of liquefied petroleum gas cylinders. Under her stewardship, the company was modernized and expanded, a remarkable feat in an industry long dominated by men. But Ida's true passion remained service to the society, especially to women and girls. She became the founding chairperson of the League of Kenyan Women Voters, a civil society group that empowers women to participate in politics. Through workshops, mentorships, and policy advocacy, the League has helped dozens of women gain the confidence and support they need to pursue leadership roles. Education has always been the beating heart of Ida Odinga's mission. Beyond her teaching career, she has continued to advocate for equal access to education for girls, particularly in marginalized and rural communities. She has played an instrumental role in school mentorship programs, library projects, and scholarship drives. Her support helped establish the Dr. Ida Odinga Library and Resource Center at Ogande Girls, her alma mater, which now serves thousands of students in Homa Bay County. In recent years, Mama Ida has widened her advocacy to include public health, particularly maternal care, cancer awareness, and mental health, sectors often neglected in national discourse. She has supported fistula awareness campaigns in rural areas, partnered with non-governmental organizations on cervical and breast cancer screening, and funded programs for menstrual hygiene in schools. Her most recent focus, however, is mental health, an issue she has called the next silent pandemic. During her 74th birthday celebration in 2024, she announced the formation of a foundation focused on youth mental wellness, citing alarming levels of depression, suicide, and substance abuse among young Kenyans. Her advocacy aims to remove the stigma surrounding mental health and encourage open conversations in families, churches, and schools. A devout Anglican, the Odinga matriarch has long drawn strength from her Christian faith. In October 2024, she was appointed Honorary Canon of the Anglican Church of Kenya, ACK, Diocese of Southern Nyanza, a rare honor for a lay person and even more rare for a woman. Church leaders praised her for her moral uprightness, humility, and devotion to serve. They described her as a mother of the nation in both spirit and deed. Her speeches at religious gatherings are often deeply reflective, emphasizing humility, national healing, and the importance of prayer in leadership. Though never an elected official, Ida has wielded immense moral authority in Kenya's national life. She has stood beside Raila Odinga through contested elections, state crackdowns, and democratic transitions, always a pillar of strength, not just in family, but in national conscience. Those who know her describe her as a fierce in silence, someone who doesn't seek attention but commands respect. She avoids the chaos of political squabbles but remains a strategic thinker, an influencer in boardrooms, and a guarding matriarch in public life. Her daughter, Winnie Odinga, now an Iala MP, credits her mother with giving her the tools to stand up, speak up, and serve with honor. Now in her mid-70s, Ida continues to mentor young leaders, speak at global forums, and champion reforms in education, gender policy, and mental wellness. Her life's work is difficult to define in a single category. She is at once a freedom fighter, educator, corporate leader, wife, mother, faith leader, and philanthropist. And while history books will rightfully speak of Raila Odinga's central role in Kenya's democratic struggle, they will also and must speak of Ida, the woman who stood unwavering behind the scenes and eventually beside them all with quiet wisdom and unbreakable resolve. She's not just the wife of a political titan, she is a titan in her own right.